Not every night out there ends quietly. Some people went looking for a good story to tell. Others just wanted a quiet place to sleep. What they caught on camera instead still doesn't have a clean explanation, and it's about to unfold over the next hour. A quiet, overnight stop off the road isn't supposed to end with broken glass in your lap. Ellie and Graham traveled the UK in their van Merlin with 3 dogs, and this spot near Manchester looked as safe as any other, close to a main road with good reviews online. Dinner went fine, sleep came easy. Then around 1 a.m., loud music blasted from a nearby car and cut out just as fast. Right after came a hard impact against the van. Graham stepped outside and found the window shattered, the windshield cracked, and bricks lying on the ground that hadn't been there an hour earlier.
Just can't believe it. We've just been woken up with a loud bang, and you dropped something on the floor there. Was that glass? 2 bricks. And someone just smashed Merlin's windows while we were sleeping. So no, we don't recommend this as a place to stop. They smashed the windscreen. Graham's hoping he can drive with that.
They patched what they could with plastic and tape and drove hundreds of kilometers through the rain to safety, stopping again and again to reinforce the covering along the way. They got out with a wrecked window and no truss left in that spot. A camper in Scotland was about to find out that sometimes it isn't one person targeting you, it's an entire group that won't give you any room at all. He'd picked a legal wild camping site at Loch Lomond, specifically for the isolation, hammocks strung between 2 trees exactly the way he wanted it. That plan lasted until the rain started, when 4 or 5 strangers pitched their own camp only a few feet away, gear and noise crowding straight into the space he'd deliberately chosen to be alone in.
I'll tell you what, I'm actually quite camouflaged with this hammock. That's the rain on now. Tell you what, it's quite peaceful. I think I might just have a little nap here. Oh, well, right. My peaceful snooze was there, interrupted by a bunch of guys who just came and parked a tent about 8 feet from me. About 4 or 5 lads, fishing poles, beer, all that shite. Not that I don't mind fishing, but I just said, can you help me with some? Move along a bit? No, I'm a local, I do all that shit. So anyway, I'm going to go get my tent and just bring it along here and just set up.
He asked them to give him room. They didn't. Rather than push the issue, he packed everything up in the rain and moved to a worse spot just to put distance between himself and the group.
Basically just dragged the tent as it is. I took out my bag and all that. And just dragged them all. I cannot believe that. Adrenaline was going there and everything, you know. I feel like fighting them, but there's 5 of them. And I'm not really a fighter, so. Well, I'm far enough away now, but what a nightmare, what a nightmare. Bunch of dicks.
His night wasn't ruined by anything wild, just people who wouldn't take a hint. An explorer walking into a Cleveland school with a murder attached to its history was about to learn that some buildings don't need a crowd to feel dangerous.
What the hell? Is this real? What the f is this? Why is this in this school? Please tell me that's not a dead body. Hello? Hello? Yo, there are bullet cases.
Chris from Urbex Hill didn't know the building's history until after he'd already stepped inside. A teenage boy had been murdered right outside that same Cleveland school only months before his visit, the case still unsolved.
Wait a minute. This wasn't like this before. Hello? Hello? Okay. I can't remember if this was like this before or not. Maybe it was. Maybe I'm tripping. I don't remember.
Something felt wrong almost right away. An object he'd passed earlier had shifted to block a doorway, and he was certain he hadn't touched it.
It smells weird in here. That's actually kind of creepy to see. Written down.
While filming writing on a chalkboard, a voice came through low on the audio, one he never reacted to at the time.
That's actually kind of creepy to see. Written down. That's actually kind of creepy to see. Written down. I don't know where to go to. Bullet holes all in this glass. Somebody was in here shooting. Look at that. The air is toxic back here. I can tell. It smells weird back here. Like somebody was cooking. What does that say? Help. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of creepy. Nothing. Some shoes back there.
Bullet holes lined the walls. A pair of shoes looked barely worn. A blood trail led straight to a door marked with 666.
Look. It's like blood on the floor. Oh, there's a bunch. Look at this. What's a trail of blood? That's crazy. What's that? What the hell? That's vandalism. That's foul. What the hell? Somebody was bleeding. Is this real? What the Bro. It's on the and everything. What? This can't be real. That is crazy. That is. They put 666 on the door. But that does look real. Oh, yo, there are bullet cases. What was that? Somebody's in there. Yeah.
The amount of blood suggested something serious had happened in that room. A loud sound sent him sprinting for the exit, and his placed cameras later caught a man's reflection in one shot and a figure sprinting past a doorway in another. Chris walked away without learning who'd been in there with him. Deep in the Idaho wilderness, 2 hunters were about to catch something on camera that moved like nothing they'd ever seen. 2 hunters filming in the Idaho backcountry froze when something crossed their frame that neither could place, just a quick blur between the trees. The shape and the way it moved made them scramble for a better angle, one tripping in the process, both certain right away it wasn't a bear.
Give me the camera. Oh.
That wasn't a freaking bear.
What was that?
It wasn't a bear.
Oh my god. Listen. Shh. Listen. Oh shit.
Did you get it?
I don't even know what that was.
Did you get it on film?
Yeah. I got it on film. I know I got it on film before you took the camera away from me.
They caught a few seconds of it on film before it vanished completely, and neither has settled on an explanation since. Whatever passed through those trees never came back for a second look. 2 other explorers were about to run into something that didn't vanish quietly at all because it spoke first.
Are you kidding me right now? Where'd you just come from? Oh my goodness.
2 explorers walking a quiet trail found a woman standing among the trees, watching them without a word. They tried walking past her. Then she spoke, and whatever she said sent them straight back toward the car.
Did you see my other 2 guys? What?
What?
Did you see my other 2 guys?
Did we see your other 2 guys? No.
You're supposed to go that way.
No, we're not supposed to go that way.
No.
Want to meet them?
No, we don't want to meet
No,
him.
I don't want to meet him.
How about not? I don't know. What was that? No. I don't know. I'm hearing breaking through the woods. Is she?
Yeah, get in.
I keep hearing snapping.
They made it out while she kept shouting behind them. Viewers who later combed through the footage split on theories. Some convinced she'd been placed there deliberately since she'd mentioned 2 men waiting further down the path. Both explorers said they'd heard movement in the trees the whole time. Earlier that same walk, they'd found a sealed tube with an owl-covered poster inside, something viewers tied to cult symbolism. Nobody ever confirmed what actually happened, but the 2 of them got out before finding out. That encounter left far more questions than answers. A solo camper near Chaplow was about to spend an entire night listening to something that never showed itself at all. Trying to skip a motel fee, this camper pitched his tent off Highway 101 west of Chaplow for a quick overnight stop. Around 3 a.m. he woke to footsteps crunching over gravel, circling the tent before pausing close by, in an area known for bears. At one point, something brushed directly against the fabric. With no signal and no way to call for help, all he could do was wait out the night until the sky lightened.
Well, I am living every solo camper's nightmare right now. There appears to be an animal of some kind pacing around my tent. It's the middle of the night. I woke up at 3 a.m. and just couldn't sleep. And then around 3:30, I started to hear this pacing sound. And 45 minutes later, it's still just pacing around out there. So I'm gonna talk it out with the GoPro and maintain sanity. So a few bonus items. Something literally just touched my tent before I turned on the camera. But I don't think it's whatever is making that noise. It was probably just a mouse or something. But I'm not really appreciated right now. Second, there's no cell signal here. And third, I have to pee. It's really just, I found myself almost falling asleep here again. I don't know, just your brain starts to forget about the threat after it's been over an hour now. Anywho, it's almost daylight, so that'll make everything okay.
He made it to sunrise without ever seeing what had been pacing around him. A team returning to a forest with real equipment was about to pick up something that made his one bad night look mild in comparison. After hearing what a previous explorer went through in that same forest, this team came back better prepared, setting up infrared cameras, motion sensors, and audio recorders. The woods stayed quiet at first, almost too quiet for a place with that kind of reputation. Once the lights went off, that changed fast. Footsteps at an unclear distance, sensors triggering again and again with nothing visible nearby, then handprints on a surface that had been clean earlier. They held their position as long as they could before finally deciding it was time to leave for good.
There's no weird noises, there's no crashing or banging or anything. It's pretty silent. It's nice. I think he just saw me. That's pretty cool. Just heard something behind me. So why is that log showing warm? What is that? What is that? Oh. There was another mouse eating something. Mice and things dotted about. Nothing round there. Fuck is that? There's two fucking handprints. That freaked me out. That's hands. Fuck's that behind it? Something moving behind the tree. Fuck. The weird thing I was seeing, there's loads of rats, obviously, jumping about, bouncing about across the trees. And it's quite fun watching them, but you cannot hear them. They're pretty much dead silent, which is weird because you'd expect crashing noise. Weird. Bring it back in a bit. Like a distant banging noise. It's like a metallic bang, 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 bang. And I also keep hearing like a long howl. But it's like you can definitely I don't know, I've never heard that. I've never heard anything like that whilst camping. I'm not in. Yeah. like a dog or something. Down the main track.
Whatever they picked up that night never got a clean explanation. An explorer breaking into a sealed Detroit school was about to find that some buildings aren't as empty as they look either. 6 years of filming abandoned buildings led Jared Coker Herbex to a Detroit school sealed shut since 2009. Every ground floor entrance boarded closed.
Oh, that's still not a way in. We better not have a dud here. We're so close to being done. We either gotta find something back here or on some other secret side, or it'll be climbing to the roof. Well, this sucks. I feel like nearly every other school I've done this whole series had at least some easy way in somewhere.
He climbed in through a second-story window, figuring a building that hard to reach hadn't seen another visitor in years. That confidence made him careless, until he noticed the halls were swept clean, almost maintained, nothing like a typical abandoned space.
It's a lot of work. Whatever. I got in, so I win. I can't believe I'm saying this, but this might be our first Detroit video that I can safely say I don't think there's any threat of there being homeless people in here. Unless they're climbers like that too. 'Cause unlike most of the others, it seems like they keep this one sealed up. It's so stripped it actually looks clean. See, it's swept up, like intentionally. Someone's just in here, making it look cleaner. And maybe just clearing it out too. I can't see how this building could go any further over. It's gotta be in here. Oh, okay. Smells weird in here. Whoa, hello. Yeah. Just exploring. Is that okay?
Really not.
I'm what?
I said it's really not.
I'm sorry.
How'd you get in here?
Climbed.
So you climbed in that window?
Yeah, up top. You just sleep in here?
This is my body. This is my business. I'm taking care of myself. So can you please step out?
Yeah. Do you need some help? I could give you some money if you want.
You already vandalized the place.
I'm not here for that. I'm just here to look around. Yeah, I can leave if you want. I mean, I gotta...
Appreciate it.
All right, see ya.
The answer waited in the gym. A man who explained he'd been living there and kept it tidy himself before asking Jared to leave. Jared agreed, but noticed the man following behind him toward the exit.
Shoot. He's coming back. Sorry, I'm just looking for the way out. Forgot where it was. I know. I got lost through here. Yeah, I got some money if you want me to help you out. I got like a 10 in my wallet.
I'm good, man.
All right.
I'm not looking for nothing. All this stuff you see,
You did that?
all this, I did. Everything.
I was talking about it the whole time I was in here, like, wow, this place looks clean somehow.
But it was terrible, way worse than this. Right here.
So you basically own the whole building then?
Dude, it's my body. And like I said, you can go out that door right there.
This door? It actually opens? Yeah, all right. Yeah, really appreciate you. Have a good one.
Nothing came of it. The man just wanted to see him out the way he'd come in. But someone had been quietly living inside that sealed building the whole time. Jared's encounter ended with a conversation, nothing more. A fisherman camping alone near Lake Superior was about to hear something a lot less peaceful than footsteps. Mav planned a simple overnight near Lake Superior to fish the next morning, though the spot turned out busier than expected, cars circling most of the evening.
Alright, so I need to get the heck out of this spot. I originally picked that spot because that's where I was gonna fish in the morning, or where I am gonna fish in the morning, but after being there for like, I don't know, I've been there for like the latter half of the last hour, kind of just packing stuff up and trying to get my truck as organized as possible. But there's like a bunch of cars driving around there. I talked to one of the kids and he's a high schooler from the area, so I think it's just kind of like a high school hangout spot. So my camera lights are buried right now underneath all of my clothes and things back here. So this is gonna be my camera light for the night. Sorry about that. Also, the kids left, so I think I'm just gonna stay at where I'm gonna fish tomorrow. So, gonna jump into the back of the truck. Got myself some sock sodas. Yes, sock sodas are back. And then I'll wake up in the morning and hopefully catch a salmon.
Once it finally quieted, he settled into the back of his truck. Deep in the night, gunfire cracked through the wind, along with bullets ricocheting off something metal nearby.
The salmon like to bite, apparently right when it turns light out, so I'm gonna wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, 5 a.m., and I'm gonna try to get out there before it gets too light out, so hopefully we can catch a few in the morning, and then I don't have to worry about getting anything for catch and cook. Alright, so there's people right outside. They just did a burnout in their truck, and they're just hanging out right here. I don't know what's going on. I know you can't see me right now, but I can't risk turning on any lights. God, this is so annoying. Alright, well, they just want to hang out and play music. That's fine. Can you hear that right now? That's all wind. Alright, so my main camera has died. It's about 2:30 in the morning. And I tried to get a little clip of it before my camera died, but there was like 2 kids out this way. And I woke up to like, it sounded like something dragging on the ground. I couldn't tell exactly where it was, but it sounded like it was in like this general direction and close to the truck, because the wind is like making so much noise in my truck. It had to have been close. This dragging goes on, and then all of a sudden there's a pop. I couldn't tell what it was at first, but then I realized that it was the sound of a gun, because there was the sound of a ricocheting bullet hitting concrete. It made like the pew sound. It's just, if I hear them come back and I hear that gun go off again, I'm probably just gonna have to set my car alarm off, because I'd hate for a stray bullet to come through the back of this thing, even if it is from a 22. It could hit me right here and I could be dead. Sorry again about the dead main camera. I wish it was alive too, but hopefully this one suffices. Just don't be dumb with your friends. I was in high school too, but like, I don't know. It's not cool. I don't feel safe.
He stayed frozen and silent until morning, guessing afterward it had been kids shooting at a trash can, though the distance had felt far too close for comfort. Mav made it to daylight without ever seeing who fired those shots. A solo camper in a forest full of chestnut trees was about to find rocks landing near his hammock with no source at all. Camped in a chestnut forest, this camper figured the falling nuts around his hammock were just background noise.
So nice just sitting there listening to the sounds of the woods. And a bloody motorbike. Right, it's not exactly late, but I am very tired, and laying in a hammock does not help it. It's just too comfortable. There's a huge amount of noises around here. I've picked a chestnut tree wood, so there are chestnuts crashing around constantly. Sounds like Bigfoot was throwing rocks at the hammock. I've had a couple of near misses and a couple of hits, but yeah, going for a fun night. See you in the morning.
That held up until nearly 4 a.m. when a massive thud hit the ground beside him hard enough to jolt him awake. A rock sat where nothing had been before, then another. Then a branch struck the top of his hammock with no cracking sound beforehand, like it hadn't fallen naturally at all.
I sort of fell asleep to the sound of chestnuts crashing through the trees and hitting the deck. And it's the same sound every time, sort of crunch, 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 thump. And every time I moved or got out to check, it stopped but didn't run away. So I'd expect if there was a deer or something, I'd hear it run off. Suddenly by my hammock, a massive, massive thud hits the ground and bounces. And I jumped up, unzipped it, put my torch on, and there's a rock on the floor that wasn't there when I went to bed. Then another one. This went on 3 or 4 times at least. And then a large branch. There was no crack. There wasn't like a crack and then a crash. Just a large branch hit my tarp. It bounced the tarp down onto the hammock and then bounced off the tent. I don't know what it was. Nature, Bigfoot, chucking stuff.
He never got an answer, packing up in the dark to wait out the rest of the night in his car. He walked away convinced something had been targeting his exact spot on purpose. A woman camping deep in a redwood forest was about to learn that not every threat that night needed to throw anything, just show up close enough to speak. She'd picked a spot deep inside a redwood forest, further off the main path than she probably should have gone, chasing real isolation. Everything felt fine until her microphone broke after her camera was knocked over.
It's going to be a low of 43 degrees, so that's like 4 or 5 degrees warmer. And I've got a little bit of a setup that I'm tweaking some things with the gear that I have, so we'll see. I have a feeling I should be all right with 4 or 5 degrees warmer and the tweaks that I'm making. Well, I'm pretty sad to say, but the White Rabbit has failed us a little bit because my camera got knocked over, and this is the receiver to my microphone, and it just bent out, and I don't even know where the other part is.
Right as a man on a bike started circling the area, riding loops, sitting at a bench, vanishing, then reappearing. She thought he'd finally left. Then, once she was fully set up in her tent, a voice came through the dark, saying only 2 words, knock knock.
Hey guys, I gotta abandon camp. I'm here in my tent. I was about to get my bedding situated, but some dude, so there was this guy on the bike and he kept like doing circles around, and then he sat at the bench that I showed you earlier, the table, and then he like went and sat by a tree, and I was like, what is going on? And then I thought he left, and then he came and he said knock knock after I like set up my tent and everything, and I'm like, why are you knock knocking? You know, why are you circling around on your bike and like making it like you left? And then after I'm like here and get my stuff all situated and set up, come up and say knock knock in the dark, like he doesn't even have a light or anything. So way too sketchy, and I'm gonna have to abandon camp tonight because that is not the business right there. So darn, too bad. This was a cool spot, but not.
She never got a clear look at his face, and that was enough. She packed up and left the forest that same night. She got out before anything beyond words reached her. An apartment complex in Cleveland was about to prove that not everyone waiting in the dark bothers speaking first. Some come straight at you instead. An apartment complex in Cleveland had sat rotting for years by the time Decaying Ace walked through it in October 2022. From outside, it looked like any other forgotten building they'd filmed before. It wasn't.
Check this out, guys. There's still cars left in this parking garage. There's another one right there. This is definitely a first. Yeah, this is all burned out. Looks like there was a couple cars over here too that also got burned out. Or just piles of trash that look like cars, I'm not sure. What? Oh my gosh. It's cement, so it should be fine. Oh, might need the light down here, boys. Oh my gosh. It's a floppy disk. Here's another one. AME March 25th, 2001. Parkland Apartments.
That's plastic.
Here we go. Here's the lobby.
Burnt cars filled the parking garage. Trash covered every floor. The structure felt like it was barely holding together, and they kept climbing anyway, deeper into a building that gave them every reason to stop. Then someone glanced down the stairwell and saw something staring right back up.
So many stairs.
Toxic shit and walking this high-rise apartment.
A person stood at the bottom of the stairs, looking straight up at them. Before anyone could react, that same person started moving fast, heading up toward the group.
So explain what just happened. So I peeked my head over the stairs because I'm going to get a cool shot because there's like a million floors. And when I looked over, there was a person all the way at the bottom looking back up at me. So there's someone else in here? Yes. And they freaked me out.
They didn't wait to find out what would happen next, cutting to another staircase and getting out fast, all three making it clear before anything worse could happen.
We are currently making a quick exit because there are other people in here and we don't know what they want, so... Oh God, I'm out of breath. See what? No. It took us 2.5 minutes to walk down those stairs. Todd, your car's this way.
They escaped before whoever was on those stairs caught up to them. A solo camper gathering firewood in the rain was about to hear a sound with absolutely no source behind it at all. Rain made Austin's night harder than expected, costing him nearly an hour just to get a fire lit while camping alone.
Do a demonstration of how to start a fire when everything is wet, because I'm having some problems here, and been working at it for about an hour, and this is all I got. So this is what you gotta do. You know, I got some newspaper and stuff, but you gotta gotta blow on it to give it oxygen, you know.
Once it finally caught, he relaxed enough to cook and settle in for the kind of solo night he'd planned. That calm didn't last.
So I found a stack of firewood out this way. Okay, you can kind of see that light right there? So that's an outhouse. So if I follow this light, where my light's going here, there's a former campfire that was over here, and somebody left a decent stack of firewood. So it was mostly wet. What the? I don't know if you guys just heard that, but like, something literally just went boom over there. I don't see anything. Hello? I'm trying to find a rational explanation too. Like, maybe it was the wood. It doesn't look any different than when I left. And I don't think that this would make that kind of sound. What was that? I hope that showed up like on the... camera.
Walking out for more firewood, everything felt routine right up until a loud bang cut through the dark, sharp enough to stop him mid-step. He turned his light toward it and found nothing, no source, no explanation, just open darkness. He blamed the wind, but the feeling followed him the rest of the night. Austin never got confirmation of what made that sound. Deep beneath an old prison, one explorer was about to find that losing his way out could be far scarier than any single noise. Searching for an abandoned water tank tied to the disappearance of 2 prisoners years earlier, this explorer found a passage leading down into the old structure and climbed in alone. Confident and skeptical of any stories tied to the place, he pushed through cramped, echoing tunnels where every sound became impossible to place clearly.
Doesn't actually look like much. Just looks a bit dodgy. Let's go check it out. Armed with a head torch, I'm going in. Possibly the stupidest thing I've ever done. Excuse the bad camera angle, but I don't want to fall down here. Oh, man. Okay. I'm in here, these.
Thank you for all that. It's pretty spooky.
So far, nothing creepy. It's just a lovely woodland. I got myself some salami, or burgwurst is what it's called. But it's basically salami, and I got a nice sirloin steak, so I'm going to cook them up. I didn't bring a grill or anything out with me.
By nightfall, his confidence started slipping. A strange sound rolled out from the trees that matched nothing he recognized.
Okay, so I got my salami on the stick and I'm ready to cook. And you can hear it. I don't even know what, like, I actually recorded something and I heard something, and it wasn't like birds or a deer. I don't know what the hell it was, and I actually heard something, and I don't know what the hell to do, because I basically came out here to sort of joke at ghost hunters. This was going to be like what to do now. Yeah, I'm gonna figure out a plan. Alright, so I've heard the noise again. I've packed up my bags. I'm getting the heck out of here. I'm not messing about with this stuff. Yeah, I'm just gonna get out of here. It's gonna be a bugger because I gotta climb through them woods again.
Getting out proved harder than getting in. His compass stopped working reliably, his battery faded, and the forest looked identical in every direction he turned. He eventually found his way out, though not entirely sure how. A solo camper by a Welsh lake was about to spend the night dealing with something that came back not once, but twice. Brendan picked a spot by Lake Verne despite signs posted against overnight camping.
Some chicken skewers. I've got 2 chicken breasts in there that we're going to cut up. I've actually forgot my chopping board tonight, so I'm a bit of an idiot, but I'm going to use these paper plates that I always use now. We've got our veg done, we've got our peppers done, we've got our onions done, we've got our tomatoes done. I'm now going to start marinating the chicken, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, that should cook it quite nicely. Have a look at them.
Settling into his car after dinner the way he usually did on solo trips. Once the bugs forced him fully inside the vehicle, he lost nearly all visibility of what was happening outside. That's when headlights appeared out of nowhere and stopped right beside him.
Okay, all stealthed up. One absolutely epic evening. If it wasn't for those goddamn flies, which there's a couple still in here now, it would have been perfect. Anyway, I don't think there's anything left to do now, apart from getting dressed, get into bed, and wake up to that beautiful view. If you don't hear from me, then I've had a good night's sleep. I'll see you guys in the morning. I can see headlights.
Someone got out, knocked on the car, shined a flashlight through the window for a few seconds, then left without a word. Hours later, the same vehicle returned, parking again with its light aimed directly at him.
Who was that? They just drove off. Didn't shout anything. Didn't ask if anyone's in here. Gave a couple knocks, shone the light in, and drove off. Shit. I thought someone would come back then, Jesus. What do I do? What do I do? The fact that they left makes me think that they're probably just going to leave me be now. I'm going to see how it goes for the next half hour or so. What time is it? 1 o'clock in the morning. Man. That is one absolutely terrifying feeling. Right, I'm going to keep an ear out for a bit. I'll let you know if anyone returns. Fingers crossed they don't. And if you don't hear from me before morning, they've naffed off.
He stayed locked inside until morning, without another visit. Brendan never learned who was behind that light. Chris was about to go back to the one building he swore he'd never forget and find something waiting there just for him. Chris returned to that same Cleveland school in 2026, this time streaming it live and moving slower, more careful than before. It didn't matter. Within minutes, he was hearing movement through the halls.
Did you hear that?
And something appeared at the edge of his camera in a window up ahead, slowed down later. The footage showed a dark shape in that window, less like a shadow and more like something standing there watching him.
I could have swore I just saw something down there. Right before I pointed my camera over here. What was that?
Further in, a smell hit him bad enough that he thought he might be walking toward a body.
Oh my God, is that a dead person? What is that? Dude. And it smells horrible. Bro, please tell me that's not a dead body. Yo, what is this? Oh, it's just a pile of garbage. Okay.
It turned out to be a pile of trash. It was the same room from his last visit, the one with the blood. This time the blood was gone, but police tape clung to the door frame.
Okay, I gotta make this quick. Okay, so, look guys. Remember this room? It has caution tape. Remember, the blood was literally right there on the floor, right? Look. This is that same room. It has police tape on it. And in here. Look at this, dude. They removed it. Everything.
Further down the hall, he found something with no explanation at all. A photograph of a fetus lying on the floor.
What the f is this? Chat. Before I go down there, tell me, why is this in this school? This is crazy. It looks like an abortion baby. That's scary, honestly, guys. I can't believe I just found that sitting in the school.
A sound from downstairs cut the moment short and sent him for the exit.
Dude, what? That's... Someone's downstairs. Someone's down there, guys. Alright, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Because that's the last thing I need. Is something to happen on the live stream. If it's a person, whatever, they're gonna have to confront me too. Shit. Hello? Hello? Maybe they came in, heard me being all loud, and then they left. Or like I said, they're just actively avoiding me. Alright, whoever it is, I guess they're still in there.
Outside, a car sat parked nearby that hadn't been there when he arrived. Chris never found out who left that photograph behind, or who was waiting outside. Alyssa Vanilla travels alone in her van and films every part of it, the quiet nights, the strange ones, and the ones she wishes she could forget. On the 10th of October, 2022, she pulled up to an open patch of BLM land outside Tucson with one tree for shade and nothing but desert rolling out in every direction, and for a little while it felt like exactly the kind of peaceful stop she was looking for.
Hi.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
I'm just kind of checking, making sure everybody's got enough water and...
Oh, okay. Are you a ranger or?
No, I just live close.
Oh, okay.
So I kind of come out and check, make sure, because I know there's a lot of people that come out here that don't have a lot.
I'm fine right now. I don't know if I'll stay here, but I just wanted to check it out and see. It's pretty hot though.
So if you do stay, I'll see you again, but that's all I'm doing.
All right.
Nothing spooky.
Okay. Well.
I had shit stolen from my house 2 years ago. So 2 years ago I started doing that. I started making myself open to people that were out here and those that I get to know well enough that I trust. They're willing to actually come in and use the shower a couple times a week. I'm not home. My wife is. My children are. If you need a shower or something, that's not a problem. But, if you want to stop by, it's not a problem.
Okay, well, thank you.
Alright, I'll let you.
Then an ATV rolls up and the man on it starts talking, says he checks on campers out here, brings water, just looks out for people passing through. But something about the way he speaks does not sit right. He over-explains. He circles back. He fills silences that were not asking to be filled. And the whole time, she keeps hearing sounds somewhere out in that open desert that feel too close for comfort. She decides to finish up and leave. He comes back before she can.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
So, you have a guy
Uh-huh.
on the mountain up there that is watching you with binoculars.
Okay, well, that's unnerving. Well, I guess I won't be staying.
Well, it's not that you can't stay. Just, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
The other side of the mountain is safer.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
He's driving a older Dodge pickup. And he told me he comes out here and offers water
Uh-huh.
to people.
Mm-hmm.
But I would stay away from him.
So did you catch him watching me, or did he just tell you that he was watching me?
When I pulled up, he had his field glasses up looking this direction, and I was like, what are you looking at?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just looking to see if there's anybody that needs water.
This time, what he brings her is not water. He tells her there is a man up in the hills watching her through binoculars, and he says it the same way someone might mention the weather, calm and flat, like it is just something she ought to know. And coming from someone who is already sitting wrong with her, that one sentence is enough to shift everything.
That's really sucks. It was really nice out here, but... Well, at least I got to put my laundry away. It's always easier to do housekeeping out in the open rather than in the city somewhere. So just finishing up my laundry, and then I'll probably have to leave, but that's okay.
His explanations start contradicting each other. His eyes stay on her longer than they should. And the thought of someone up on that hill with a pair of binoculars pointed at her van is not something she can talk herself out of anymore. So she stops trying and she drives away. Because sometimes the most important thing you can do is listen to the part of you that already knows something is wrong. Ian runs a channel called Ian on YouTube, where he documents his everyday life, vlogs, thoughts, and the occasional stealth camping night inside his car. The video he posted on the 18th of January 2024 is nothing like the rest of them. He is parked up alone outside a 24-hour McDonald's, a spot he has used before, somewhere familiar enough to feel safe.
What's going on, man? What's going on? What's up? Sorry guys, my light's on. Oh man, I'm shaking, dude. I had my whole setup. I was sleeping back there, dude. Oh man, he tried to open my door. And then you guys saw that. He wasn't saying anything, man. Dude was a freaking zombie, dude.
Then a man appears outside his window, moving in a way that is hard to describe. Slow and vacant, like something is not right with him. And the situation shifts from uncomfortable to dangerous very quickly. Someone has been trying to get into his setup while he was inside it. The man eventually drifts away, but the fear does not go with him, and even after Ian drives off, he is still shaking, still running the whole thing back through his head. He told his viewers later that he had shown up that night completely drained, coming off a long shift and one of the harder stretches of his life, looking for nothing more than a few hours of sleep.
So it was Saturday, a couple days ago. I was super beat, I was exhausted. I was like, you know what? I'm not even filming a video. I'm just gonna go and hunker down because my car is made for that. And I went to a spot I normally always go to. There's a McDonald's right there. It's 24 hours. I didn't think anything would happen. All of a sudden, this guy comes out of nowhere. I'm not gonna explain anything other than the fact that I was literally laying down, about to go to sleep, and I just hear like not a knock, but like him like trying the handle, like him pulling it.
What he got instead was a reminder that no matter how familiar a spot feels or how public the location is, the moment you close your eyes alone in a vehicle, you are more vulnerable than you think. Project Amber is a channel built around solo camping, van life, and pushing into the kind of remote places most people only ever see on a map. This video went up on the 5th of May 2018, and it starts like any other frustrating day on the road.
My fridge has stopped working. This is the third time it's happened now. All my cheese and everything's hot. Lovely.
His fridge has given out. Food gone, milk warm, everything spoiled and wasted. He pulls the whole unit out and flips it upside down, trying to get the gas moving again. The kind of unglamorous problem that comes with living out of a vehicle. And for a while, that is all it is. Just a bad day turning into a longer one.
I'm going to give it the full 24 hours, I think, to... What are you looking at? You keep freaking me out, dog. There's no one over there.
Then his dog stops what it is doing and stares into the trees and does not look away. He glances over, scans the tree line, sees nothing, and goes back to work. But by the following evening, the feeling around that spot has changed in a way he cannot explain and cannot shake.
Okay, I'm seriously freaked out now. A minute ago I could hear like really loud moaning, like just booming across the mountains. So I've come down to where I could hear it. I got to this old well and it stopped. I mean, that thing's wild freaky. It's like something out of The Ring. But just as soon as I got here, just from over there's no track or anything, it's just wood. This girl appeared, dressed kind of like a monk, no shoes, and no hair. So I said bonjour and that, and she responded. I asked if she was okay, but she didn't respond then, she just carried on walking. So I carried on a bit and then thought I better double check. Went to go and find her again. She's gone.
A sound rolls through the forest, loud enough to echo, and he goes still. He moves toward where it came from and finds nothing there. No source, no trace, just trees and silence. And that is enough. Something in him switches and he starts making moves to leave. Before he can go, a girl walks out of the woods, barefoot, pale, dressed like something out of another century, and she passes right by him and disappears back into the trees without a word. His dog locks onto the same direction and will not look away. He sees her again after that, and he does not wait for a third time. He drives away without packing a single thing because some places make it very clear that you have already stayed too long. 19 encounters, 19 different nights, and not one of them ended with a clean explanation for what was really out there. If you liked these encounters, please subscribe. Not every night out there ends quietly. Some people went looking for a good story to tell. Others just wanted a quiet place to sleep. What they caught on camera instead still doesn't have a clean explanation, and it's about to unfold over the next hour. A quiet overnight stop off the road isn't supposed to end with broken glass in your lap. Ellie and Graham traveled the UK in their van Merlin with 3 dogs, and this spot near Manchester looked as safe as any other, close to a main road with good reviews online. Dinner went fine. Sleep came easy. Then around 1 a.m., loud music blasted from a nearby car and cut out just as fast. Right after came a hard impact against the van. Graham stepped outside and found the window shattered, the windshield cracked, and bricks lying on the ground that hadn't been there an hour earlier.
I can't believe it. We've just been woken up with a loud bang, and we dropped something on the floor there. Or was that glass? 2 bricks. And someone just smashed Merlin's windows while we were sleeping. So no, we don't recommend this as a place to stop. They smashed the windscreen. Graham's hoping he can drive with that.
They patched what they could with plastic and tape and drove hundreds of kilometers through the rain to safety, stopping again and again to reinforce the covering along the way. They got out with a wrecked window and no truss left in that spot. A camper in Scotland was about to find out that sometimes it isn't one person targeting you, it's an entire group that won't give you any room at all. He'd picked a legal wild camping site at Loch Lomond, specifically for the isolation, hammocks strung between 2 trees exactly the way he wanted it. That plan lasted until the rain started, when 4 or 5 strangers pitched their own camp only a few feet away, gear and noise crowding straight into the space he'd deliberately chosen to be alone in.
I'll tell you what, I'm actually quite camouflaged with this hammock. That's the rain on now. Tell you what, it's quite peaceful. I think I might just have a little nap here. Oh, well, right. My peaceful snooze was there interrupted by a bunch of guys who just came and parked a tent about